Hello, welcome. This is kind of a trick, or whatever you want to call it, that it's pretty new to me, but it has a nice effect. And let's start with just shuffling the cards. Uh, let's give it another shuffle with the riffle shuffle. And yeah, it's a regular deck of cards. All the cards are different. There's no duplicates here. And we're gonna pick a card from this deck. So one more shuffle, like this. And then I want you to pick a card. Obviously you're not here, so I'm gonna pick a card for you, but I'm not gonna watch. You can take my word for it. Let's pick that card, for example. I shuffle the deck, so I should not know which card it is, and I'm gonna show it to you right now. This is your card, like that. And now I just want you to say stop, like there. Is that fine? Okay, let's just take there. That's about the center of the deck. So I'll take this up and I'll slide your card there. You can actually see that your card is still there. And I'll put these on and let's complete this. So no breaks, nothing funny. Your card should be somewhere here. I don't know. Not important right now. So this is not really a trick. It's more of like a shuffle tutorial. Like in some parts of the countries, most of you have shuffled a deck of cards like this. This is a very usual technique used at the kitchen tables everywhere in the world. Like, yeah, it's nothing if you drop a few cards. You just basically just shuffle the deck like this. This is a common technique. Then there's some parts of the world, like Ireland, where you just take the deck in two and you just riffle it midway and complete with a little flourish, or whatever you want to call it. And this is not so favorable, because when you lift the cards, people started cheating, because when you don't hold them to the table, people can see the cards, yeah, and it's easy to cheat. So in places like Vegas, in casinos, you shuffle the cards to the table. You're not allowed to show them, so you do what's called riffle shuffles. You riffle them towards the table, and you usually do more than one to make sure the cards are really, really randomized in there, and there's no patterns at all. And what you usually do to complete shuffle like this is you give the deck a cut, like that, and people are usually happy with a randomized deck. Anyways, then there's some really crazy parts of the world, like for example Alaska, where you take half the deck like this, say half the deck like this, face down, and half the deck like this, face up. And then you shuffle them together, you riffle them together. And that can be pretty funny, because usually you end up in a weird state where you have a lot of randomized cards, like basically more or less each second, each third, each fourth card it's face up, and rest is face down. And as I said, this situation is not preferred by gamblers, because it's really hard for them to manipulate all the cards when people can see that basically half of the deck is face up, another half is face down. Here you have two face up, two face down. Here you have more face up, face down. And yeah, it's a pretty funny situation. Anyways, there are ways to bypass this. And one of the ways is, like, you see here, like you have all the backs. Anyways, one of the ways to bypass this is to just do it simply, like, you see here, when I press the cards, they rise and then they lower. You can see them lift and go down. And that is basically the cheat move the cheater uses to force his will onto the cards. And by doing that little square up, you can see that The deck has all changed. Every card is face down, except for one card. That card is 2 of clubs, and the 2 of clubs should be your chosen card. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a good night.